Alright, I think it's rolling. Should have kept my phone out so I can see it.
I'm just going to keep my finger all the time.
Alright, electrical gauges, everything. All, GPS all good, EFT's good, radio set to taxi 1227, David J, let's get the weather.
2111 Zulu, weather, wind 130 at 10, visibility 10, ceiling 5,000, overcast, temperature 16 Celsius, dew point 0, altimeter 3034.
Alright. 336. Alright, 334, we're on it. I got 130 at 10. So we're going to use runway 13. Ceiling is 5,000. So, my VFR rules.
Okay. What's the rule? What airspace is it out there?
So, that is... Ooh, Golf.
Golf up to what altitude?
Ooh, good question. Actually, I'm so mad because I literally just went over airspace the other day too on videos. Okay, so it's not Charlie Delta. Okay, it is Golf, right?
Up to a certain altitude, yes.
Okay.
What is that altitude?
I'm not sure.
It's only up to 1200 AGL.
Okay.
All of the maneuvers that you'll be doing besides ground reference maneuvers are going to be in Class Echo airspace.
Okay.
Because Class Echo is everywhere, right?
Right.
Now, with that, Class Echo, as we just determined, is going to be, you know, up towards the clouds. How far below the clouds do you need to be?
So, 500 below.
Okay, that's all I need to hear.
Okay. So we need to stay at... Well, so is that ceiling, that's AGL, right?
That is in MSL.
MSL.
Yep.
Okay, so we're actually needing to stay like at...
Take a note of this. Anytime you hear an altitude, it's MSL.
Okay.
Anytime you read an altitude, it's AGL.
Any altitude heard?
Yep, MSL.
Yes.
They don't want us on the ground right here trying to do math for an altitude, right? And so it's going to be an MSL.
Okay.
However, if you read the ATIS, watch this. If you go to Norman right here, it's going to say overcast at like 4,300 AGL. Shit, it says fucking sky clear. That's not right. See if Norman or Oklahoma City's reading it. Do you see few at 4,600?
Yeah.
That's the difference there.
So we're seeing it, that's AGL.
Yeah, but you see right here, it tells you it's AGL,
oh,
right?
okay,
You're reading it.
Right.
However, the ATIS, AWAS, ASOS, whatever it is, it's going to be an MSL.
So for our VFR rules, we need to stay below 4,100.
No.
Wait.
You need to stay below 4,500.
500 feet below?
Yeah, so it's 5,000, right?
Oh, I thought it was
MSL?
going off of 46.
Oh, no,
okay,
no.
Okay.
Nope.
Gotcha. Okay. So under 45.
The math was mathin', but for the wrong number.
Okay.
Also, another thing is, like, as we get up to 4,500, you can look at the clouds, and if you feel like you've got plenty of space, you can climb higher.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Pre-taxi flaps. All right, we did that. Taxi position light on. Boom. Park and brake release. Brake check. Steering check. Okay, good. And we're gonna make a call. Did in the first. Okay, cool. Steering check. Hard instrument cross check. All right, cool. Run up. All right. So we're at 1227. Good. Cool. David David J traffic, flight design 938 Charlie Tango, taxi to runway 13, David J. At Adventure, wasn't I supposed to add that?
Oh, you can just say at the ramp, out of Ventura, or whatever, it doesn't matter.
Gotcha.
There's no one out here. Go right, go right, go right.
Ooh. Alright, and my wind is
Off the brakes, off the brakes.
so down and away this way.
You know, like those Instagram songs that they'll put with videos?
Yeah.
I've got one of them like stuck in my head for like the last 3 hours. I don't even know all the words. I know like 10 words. Like every day I wake up, I praise the Lord. You heard that one?
I have not.
If I played a video with it, you'd be like, oh yeah, I know that one. I've been staying up for like an hour every night watching freaking reels, and it's just killing my sleep schedule. But
Yeah.
I like reels bring out what a true person's like, because you're like looking at something that's terrible and you're sitting there laughing. Like, have you seen the Drewski skit of Erica Kirk?
Oh, I've seen the controversy over it yet, but I actually haven't got to see it yet.
Like, it's awful, but like it's also funny as hell.
Alright. Let's turn around here. I like that right there. Alright. Cool. Run up. Parking brake set, flight instruments check and set. Okay. Trim set for takeoff. Cabin doors closed. Flight controls check. Big circle here. Alright. Choke closed, verified. Oil temp 122 minimum, we're at 153. Throttled 4,000. Alright. Drop to 890, that's 110. Back to 4,000. Drop to 880, that's 120. Okay. And we need to do a carb heat. Drop to 50. Throttle idle. Looks good to me. Okay. Verifying autopilot off, carb heat verifying off, radio set.
Your finger's never gonna heal, is it?
Yeah, I got a little bit of it off, but
Dude, I would have already peeled that son of a bitch off.
so I had the tools for it, and like I got all of that portion off, and then when I started to get into that one,
I bet
it was
hurt.
stuck on there. And so I was just like, what am I gonna do? Like, I just have to leave it. So I've been keeping a Band-Aid on it, but I just don't have one on there right now.
It'll fall off eventually.
Let's turn that landing light on.
It doesn't hurt anymore though, thankfully.
Nah, I mean, it's a little numb right there.
Except
but
for when you, I'm sure you've snagged it on a bunch of stuff.
Oh, whenever I'm putting on like a long sleeve, and it,
Oh,
always afraid of that.
I don't do well with blood at all.
Alright. Recovery pins out, ELT armed. Type takeoff brief. Alright, so normal takeoff from runway 13. Gonna be flaps 15. Go ahead and do that. When we roll onto the runway, we're gonna go full power. When we reach 42 knots, we're going to pull back on the stick, and the nose of the aircraft is gonna come off the ground. The whole aircraft is gonna come off the ground. In the event that we have an engine failure, we are
Is it just engine failure?
an emergency, a general
Okay, there
emergency
you
in
go.
general. If we are below 200 feet AGL, and it's catastrophic, we're going to pull the parachute. If we are just in an emergency that's not catastrophic, and we're under 1,000 feet AGL, we are going to try and make the end of the runway or best field within a 30-degree field of our heading. And if we are above 1,000 feet AGL and we have an emergency that's not catastrophic, we will make a 180-degree turn, or whatever the best decision is, to reach a runway that is suitable and to make a landing. Alright, ready to go?
Let's do it.
Alright.
On departure, I want you to fly runway heading and climb us to 4,000.
Okay.
Let me know when you're there.
David J. Traffic, Flight Design 938, Charlie Tango, taking runway 13, David J. Clear right and left.
Does anybody know where you're going?
Oh, like departure-wise?
Yep.
So we're doing...
Find it up here, 130. What cardinal heading is that?
So southeast.
There you go.
So David J. Traffic, Flight Design 938, Charlie Tango, taking runway 13 southeast departure, David J.
Or departure to southeast, southeast departure, either works.
Okay. David J. Traffic, Flight Design 938, Charlie Tango, taking runway 13, departing southeast, David J.
Much better.
Alright, clear right and left. That windsock's actually changed on me a little bit.
Yeah, you just go out there and make your crosswind correction, you'll be fine. It's not strong enough.
Okay.
We've been landing 1-3 all day.
Yeah.
You see it's actually kind of like a direct crosswind now. It's not a big deal.
I'm actually excited. I think this is one of our first flights out of our last 2 or 3 that we're going to actually not have like kind of a, from my perspective, more of a...
Dude, it was bumpy as shit this morning, but
yeah.
my last flight I just did with that girl, it's very, very smooth.
All right.
Make your correction. Make your correction. Oh, there you go.
Let's go.
Try your best to keep me on center line. Nice. Now release a little bit of that back pressure. There you go. Release a little bit of it. There you go.
So
more rudder, more right rudder, more right rudder.
So when I'm keeping...
So you make a bigger correction, and then when you start rotating, take a little bit of the correction out.
Okay.
Because if not, you'll see what happened just now. The whole wing drops.
Because I had it all the way to the right.
A little bit less, because as soon
as we rotate.
You remember that as the faster you get, the wind is going to have more power over the wings, and so the aileron's going to make a bigger deal.
Right.
A little bit more right rudder. There you go. Find an object out in kind of the crack of your window and just fly us to it.
Down 45 right now, wind 18.
What's your current climb rate? Or what's your climb speed?
77.
Is it 77?
On my left side.
What should it be for best rate of climb?
We are crossing over your field at 3,500.
Oh shit, that scared me. A little downdraft on a wing.
It should be for, depending on the flaps,
turning right cross, wind close
it's
traffic 18.
67
Or
for flaps 15.
Okay.
73.
Good job.
And Sunny traffic,
For flaps,
Sure Pubtail, we're on the 45,
0.
about 3 miles out.
And then I believe it's 78 for
flaps.
flaps 0.
Good job.
Negative 6.
A little bit more right rudder for me. Try and find your runway heading again. What's nice about 13 is it's actually parallel with the interstate.
Right.
You see how you're getting further away from the interstate?
Yep. And then can I see right here how far I am out?
Well, you didn't set it, so you have to hit nearest.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
And then Goldsby?
Yep. It's not touchscreen, but it's right there.
Okay. So then, so David J. Traffic, Flight Design 938, Charlie Tango, 2 miles southeast.
Yep. Departing southeast.
Departing southeast, final call.
Don't even worry about saying final call anymore.
Bonanza 1 uniform is 5 to the east inbound, Sundance.
David J traffic, flight design 938 Charlie Tango, 2 miles southeast, departing southeast, David J. And then we're switching to 1233.
And then just hit exit. There you go.
Alright.
Alright, let me know when you're at 4,000.
Yes, sir. Do my climb checklist, power full, flaps to 0 at 200 AGL. Trim set, we are good to go. Find that heading again, there we go.
The only maneuver we're not going to do today is slow flight.
Okay.
We're going to try and hit most of them. The wind up here is actually pretty strong. It's not turbulent, but it's strong as hell.
Yeah.
And my other 2 flights today, I did slow flying on both, and yeah, it's actually kind of sketchy.
Yeah.
Because it's so strong.
I'm doing, like, I've gone over my emergency procedures a lot more than I have been, admittedly, and I've been trying to chair fly those a little bit, because...
Sorry, traffic, Crescent 11 at 3,500 over East Lake Donner 3rd, please translate.
I know exactly...
Traffic, Crescent 22, 3,500 over Good Life, Lacey, so you... traffic, Crescent 33 over Noble, doing a diversion to the southeast, yes.
Yeah, someone's over Noble, which is literally right by us.
Yeah.
Should be behind us.
Oh, I see him right here. Off my left wing
Oh,
tip.
I got them in sight?
Yep.
Yeah, you just keep climbing, do your thing. If you want, you can turn us south.
Okay.
They'll kind of get out of their hair a little bit. Yeah, so you can see right here that we're at 4,000. Those clouds they're higher. The ceiling is higher. You see, as Oklahoma City said, there's few clouds at 5,000.
Yeah.
Are you seeing the few?
Yeah, like, you know, they're just kind of like scattered here and there.
That's what few is. All right, let me know when you got us all trimmed out.
Okay, I'm almost on my southward heading.
Watch that climb.
Oh.
Probably gonna want a little bit less power. You see how your indicated altitude's higher than density altitude? Indicated altitude,
yep.
Density altitude, because it's cold. So your plane, even though it's at 4,000, we're going to perform as if we were at a lower altitude, which normally means you're going to need a lower power setting to maintain everything.
So, I'm putting my nose on my horizon and my reference, and...
You don't want it to be on this horizon. You want it to be...
Right. And my nose is still dropping. I'm chasing it back with trim. I see a reference road right below me. I'm right at my 4,000 again, but I'm still holding that nose up.
2,500, stop in Rio, heading direct back to Westheimer, final call, OU traffic.
Okay. And... Alright, can I ask for some help with trimming it out real quick? So like, okay, so I'm putting my nose on the horizon. It's really below the horizon.
Okay.
And so I'm trying to go hand off stick a little bit and trying to, you know, get, I mean, I'm pretty balanced right here, but I'm still going up a little bit. Is that just trick of the trade? Like,
well, I mean, you're not climbing at all right now.
Okay.
It might show like small fluctuations like it just did, but you see it went away.
Yeah.
Remember that there's going to be updrafts and downdrafts with the clouds as well.
Right.
Now, if you were at a higher power setting, you got to push the nose down even further, or else it's going to climb, right?
Yep. But we're at 90, not at 98, but
yeah,
4,500.
Remember this for the flight, okay? Anytime you finish a maneuver, you need to go back to this power setting.
Right.
Alrighty.
I just climbed again, though. I don't know.
It doesn't have to be perfect,
Gotcha.
right? Again, you're going to hit. Do you feel those kind of bumps that we're hitting? Not you. It's the weather that's around us.
Okay.
All right, you ready for the first one?
Yes, sir.
Okay, you are flying around and your EGT is high.
My EGT is high. Okay, so
what does EGT stand for?
So I know the T should be temperature.
OU traffic 6501, Charlie 2,500 west of David J, slow flight, OU traffic.
EG engine.
Not engine.
Not engine. I know CHT cylinder head temperature,
Okay.
so I can start there, which is not what you asked, but you know, it's something. And then, it has to do with the engine, obviously.
It does, yep.
Not the cylinder head, it's, so there's a left and right.
Yep.
So I'm assuming that probably has to do somewhat with the piston?
Yeah, actually part of it. It's part of your, part of the 4 strokes of an engine.
Right, suck, squeeze, bang, blow.
Okay, which one of those, their actual terms, which one of those starts with an E?
Oh, ignition, or E, exhaust?
Okay, yep, good job.
Okay.
So exhaust gas temperature.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so if that's hot, what's happening?
I use my little checklist here. See if it'll help me. EGT, no. So loss of coolant, that's cylinder head. Not seeing anything about EGT on here, unless I'm missing it.
Well, just talk to me. If it's hot, what's happening?
The engine, or the, like the engine's running too hot.
Okay, yeah. So it means that all of, basically everything that's leaving the cylinders is hot, right?
Right.
So it does have something to do with the cylinders.
Yep.
Right? What would cause it to be hot?
So it could be low coolant, low oil.
Yeah, so yeah, it could be low coolant, right? As the cylinder head temperatures are hotter, it's causing everything else to be hotter. You got traffic down here to your 9 o'clock low.
Hi.
But typically, do you remember the pretty much like foul sparking of your mixture? Do you remember what those terms are?
Foul sparking.
Yeah, so if you've got too much, if you either have too much oil, or sorry, not too much oil, too much fuel or not enough fuel.
Okay.
Do you remember what those two terms are?
So I'm drawing a blank on these ones. So like the only thing related to that I can think of is the detonation is a term that I've come across.
That's one of them. Okay. Which one would be detonation?
So detonation is when the ignition portion of suck, squeeze, bang, blow it's igniting early.
Okay. What would cause it to ignite early?
I believe it's I think it's excess fuel, if I remember correctly.
Okay, which would cause essentially debris on the spark plugs.
Right.
And it would cause it to run hotter, right? So it could be an engine with your spark plugs. You've never been asked this question before, right?
No, sir.
I was just trying to really more so kind of gauge where your knowledge was at with that.
Yeah.
Not like a necessary emergency, right? If it was super high, I'd probably just land and, call someone and have someone else figure it out.
Right.
Okay, that leads me into my next one. You're looking at your EMS, engine monitoring system, and it starts beeping at you, and you look down and you notice that your oil pressure is very, very low.
My oil pressure is low. So that would make me think that I'm having loss of oil or low oil.
Okay.
Because pressure, if you have more of a substance, particularly a liquid, and it's pressurized, if there's more liquid of it in its particular cylinder volume, it's going to be higher pressure.
Okay.
So for low pressure, I'm assuming it has low oil.
Okay. What would you do?
So, okay. So for low oil, since oil is used to lubricate the engine, and that is a fairly, important thing, it's not necessarily like declaring an emergency, but I would definitely find the closest airport and land, and go check that out.
Okay, so again, demonstrate what you would do.
So I would get on here. So we're 3 miles from Purcell. That's the closest one. And so I would.
Let me ask you a question. What if your car has low oil pressure? Are you gonna drive to the next gas station, or what are you gonna do?
I mean, if my indicator light is on, I'm probably not gonna.
You're gonna pull over on the side of the road and stop, right?
Right. Right.
Are you gonna keep your engine on?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So,
in order to protect the engine, you need to turn the engine off for this one.
Right.
Oh, you're traffic 6501 Charlie, 3,500 over
So
one.
if I'm 3 miles off of Purcell though, then I'm probably not going to make that then.
Well, you don't keep traveling south.
Oh,
right?
okay.
In this real emergency, your first thing is you need to turn the engine off.
Okay, so simulate power out, and then I would pitch for best airspeed, which is 78.
Okay.
I would pick best field since I'm assuming I'm not making Purcell. I'm looking below me. I don't see any other airports around me.
Okay.
Drop nose down. If I'm turning on 1215 and declaring an emergency. So I would put 1215 here in the
traffic from 11.
this thing and switch it over.
Okay.
So I would simulate that, and then I would squawk 7700.
Zero Golf Victor, you up?
So I need to pick my fields
So you-
here.
Hey, we're
You
gonna
did
hold that off.
ABD.
We're gonna be at,
You didn't do anything for C.
My checklist.
Okay.
Cool.
What's your turn off engine, right? You only
Right.
pulled this out. What's
So,
the other part of it?
Well, my fuel valve would go off because I don't want fuel flowing.
Okay. What else?
I would turn the key off and get it out of the ignition.
That's what I was looking for.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. At this point, you're landing with no engine, right?
Right.
So loss of oil, let's see if we missed anything. Fly the plane, ignition key off, out, fuel valve closed, execute emergency landing. Airspeed 78, best place to land, refer to no start checklist.
130.
Where's your field at, by the way?
So that's what I'm assessing right now. I'm actually, I don't have a ton of open area, but
Where was the wind coming from?
130.
Okay, go ahead and point to that direction.
So that is, it's going to be in front of me here, right here.
Okay.
That way.
So you want to try and land into it, right?
Right.
I don't want to help you too much, but look at this field right here to my right.
Oh, this green one?
Make sure you look on my side as well.
Okay.
Try and line us up with it now.
This green one right here? Okay. So would this be like, I would need to make a loop, right? Like that's what you're insinuating?
I mean, essentially, yeah,
Okay.
you want to make a loop.
Right. Okay, I'm fast. I'd be technically crosswind.
Well, you don't care about the legs as much. You need to get to it, right?
Yeah. So my biggest problem is I probably should have turned tighter because this patch of trees here is going to be my biggest obstruction.
So at this point, we should probably try and revert to plan B, right? What's
Right.
plan B?
So
we can probably still make this, but it's going to be a lot tighter.
right. So plan B would be, oh, sorry. So
Actually, you actually have plenty of altitude.
got you to make it around?
Yep.
Okay.
What are some other considerations
so
you have right here?
I would put flaps in.
Okay.
Okay. So putting flaps in.
Help
And
you
then,
glide a little bit further, right?
right.
traffic,
I'm under
394
80.
Uniform Sierra West.
And I'm going to adjust my trim. So, I'm going to,
This is going to be a pretty fucking steep turn, by the way.
right.
I'd go ahead and start that turn now. Remember, you're going to be losing altitude the whole time.
Traffic not available.
So,
Allow that nose to drop a little bit.
be a little too much.
So go ahead and level off
Oh.
now. Assess your altitude. Assess your level off. Wings level.
Oh, my bad. Okay.
Now,
And then make that turn.
yep, go ahead. What are your other considerations now?
So, bracing and braking,
You'd want to slip.
slip,
That's
to get
what I'm
lower.
asking for.
Yeah.
Okay, go ahead and go around. Now, I want you to level us off at 2100 for a moment, okay?
1400, flap 0.
Your next maneuver is turns around a point.
Okay. $21.
Yep, 21, or honestly, either 2000 or 2100.
Okay. I'm assuming you want it to be at flaps -6 no matter
Yep.
what? Okay.
Yep, you can go and put them up if you like now.
300, climbing 3,500, unusual altitudes, are you?
Alright. Pitch, power, and trimming. Alright, I'm at 2,000. I'm climbing. Holding back pressure on the stick. Trimming it out. Alright, I'm gonna get us turned to 1-3, or opposite of 1-3, so 3-1, so we can get a
Are you sure
tailwind.
that the winds are the same out here, or up here as they were on the ground?
No, sir.
Okay,
But
so what would you do?
I would get the weather again?
No.
Or,
Remember, the weather's the surface,
oh, okay.
right? We're 1,000 feet higher
I'm
than
gonna
that.
be looking here, right? Okay, so
So you're either finding where it's lowest or highest, right?
I need to turn around so it's at my back.
Well, how
or
about you
is
do
that the
how about you do
direction?
a full 360 clearing turn,
Okay,
right?
right. All right. Oh, I'm climbing.
Pull about 100 RPMs out.
Oh, right, right. Okay, there we go. Oh, a little over my standard rate of turn.
So you see right here, you're essentially facing the 130, right? You're at about 85 knots. Let's see if
Right.
it gets lower. Pick that nose up just a little bit.
$85 now. As we keep going, we've hit up to $89. I have some good little intersections right here, so
Okay.
we can stick around this area for when we want to do our maneuver. But
Pick that nose up for me. Remember, you're at a lower power setting now, so you
Right.
need to trim a little bit more nose up.
okay, I was trying to get back down to that 21.
Oh, yeah, that works as well.
Yeah. So we've hit 91 now. $92, so yeah, it's definitely climbing as we go this way. So once we hit our highest point, right, we're gonna reference that and then try and put our tail end into that way.
Okay.
So we're still climbing though. $95, $96, $97. I'm at 330. That'd be my or 1331 would be my anticipated highest. Anticipated.
Okay.
I'm at 102 right now. Completing about 50% of my standard rate turn. 101. Okay, so yeah, I was at about 310, 320 for 101. Still at 101. All right, we're dropping it again. So 310, between 310, 320-ish.
I would recommend doing this maneuver westbound.
Westbound.
Yeah, just do it westbound. It's not big enough of a difference for you to have to sit there and try and do it diagonally.
Okay.
It's hard as hell to do it diagonally because all of your roads are north and south, right?
So yeah, and so that's gonna like make. So again, like I'm thinking to myself, like when I go into a reference maneuver with the wind behind me, I'm making my sharpest turn first.
Yep.
But this one is going to be not as sharp as a turn because we're not technically at our
Just
strongest.
find your objects. That's all that matters.
Gotcha. All right, I got my intersection over here, but
Well, try and figure out your altitude and your airspeed. You
Oh,
should not
yep.
be this fast.
oh right,
Remember, the faster you are, you have to turn a lot steeper, right?
right. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put us further out this way. I'm going to move this way and get us on this road as my reference because I don't see a ton of things that I like over here. So I'm just going to move us over and then get us back on that heading. I'm back under better airspeed.
Try and trim yourself for 4,300 RPMs, just nose level.
Okay. So bring the nose up and then
Yep, and that will also help with your airspeed.
okay, trim it up.
Nose up, nose up, nose up. Nose up with your stick.
Oh.
There you go, then trim for it. You said now you're closer to 90? Much better.
Back down to 90, yes sir, yeah. Oh, I keep hitting you with the sir. Yes sir, I can hit you with that.